On my day off yesterday, I went to a modern art museum for a little bit of inspiration, and I showed you a little bit more of London, where I live. But on today's episode of 100 Days of Making Comics, day 43, I think it's time to hit the caffeine, organize this wall, and do some heavy lifting. I don't think I've ever shown you these little drawings. They're just little warm-ups I like to make. Maybe I could show you this one. I can't remember. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of all your videos, right? So let's put these away and let's warm up. It's day 43. I've just organized my wall. I'll show you in a little bit. But for first, we need to get some art going. So I'm thinking we need an end scene for now on the wall. So first line is drawn. There comes the hand. Oh yes, and we are off to the races. In case you are wondering what's happening, every day I take an hour to 2 hours, depending on the days, depending on my schedule at work, to work on my own personal comic book project, the story of which is very much in the vein of monster movies like Alien and The Thing, in which there's a secret hideout installation discovered by our intrepid explorers, workers, and they awaken a monster from its sleep that starts picking them off one by one as their own greed and motivations trip them up. Instead of getting the hell out of there, as you would have done if it was you in their shoes, you wouldn't even open that door, would you? I wouldn't have. I'll just, watch it on the news. But it's fun making up stories, and so what we've got here is we are drawing a scene in which friends are being torn apart amidst of their little battle of survival against a mother brain taking over bodies of unwitting discoverers. And some of these used to be very good friends. So what I've got here is I've reorganized my wall a little bit. So we've got the Destined and the Rebels. These kids are destined to just work their butts off and they're never going to get a break. And she's fully accepted that. But now that she's lost her position, she's getting a new perspective on things and forging new alliances with the people she used to kick around. They decide to escape and possibly join forces with the monster. That's my twist. Like, usually people don't, they just end up dying. They don't join forces. I think that could be interesting. So what we're looking at is very much two friends or friends breaking up. And the monsters, which is my other twist that I'm adding to this genre, they're not mindless or alien in Alien, where you don't understand what it is they're doing. They're very much, they're human beings whose bodies have been taken over against their will. There's nothing they can do about it. And they have to watch themselves do these horrible things. In the drawing over here, they very much, they remind me all of a sudden of those zombie-like cybernetic creatures in Mass Effect. But I like how the tendrils are taking shape in my imagination. I like that very much. The drawing I made yesterday of the piece of art I saw in the Modern Art Museum, I've put it in the back there. I don't think that is going to be how it looks, but who knows? It could definitely work, but we'll have to see. There's so much we have to see still. But I think for now, the main story, as I've put it up on my wall, is ready for all to see. The discovery of the installation, the digging out of that installation, the labor force being put to work, something that infects it, latches onto its body, and slowly they discover this is taking it over. And as the infected grow, they ultimately I have to race and battle for survival.
So that is my story in a nutshell. I'll lay off with the recaps. I just wanted to practice them. So thank you for your patience. But it is time to tighten up these pencils, finish up some inks, cry about the first page, and start uploading this part one before it is time to get frustrated with the internet all over again when my flatmates come home. And welcome back. I've been working on this little comic book page here. This is page 2. I was quite fond of the pencils and how it came out, but just like with page 1, I found that a lot of detail I put in was just kind of lost on the page. And even looking at page 1 on my wall from here, I find it very hard to make out basic shapes. And so I feel like I fail in that respect. Not all of the page, but there's a lot of it. So I was trying to... Why is it gone dark all of a sudden? No, it's not working. I was trying to improve on that for this page by just going over a lot of these darker lines, like what should be dark, and just making it a little bit more obvious. I also started painting in white on top of it, like for some of these effects over here. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that in inks, unless I actually use white paint, I suppose. I could totally do that. But, oh, I repainted the face. I can't even see where I'm pointing at. I repainted that one, so it's more in line with the look on page 1. I have to say I'm getting a little carried away. See that? The original art peeks through. I've been getting a little carried away. Forgetting what I was talking about a couple of videos ago, where I was gonna try and find that balance between stylizing my art and keeping detail in. This is still way too detailed, I think, but I'm just having too much fun. I'm just having too much fun. But it has been like 2 hours like touching this one up, and I don't think, I'm not sure if it shows. So yes. So yeah, tonight called for a little bit of a celebration. I had some very good news, which means more work at work, my day job, but which definitely distracted me from my comic books. So I have a meeting. I have to go in earlier tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. I am happy with what I got done today, like having the story on the wall, the characters laid out. I'm thinking of scanning in the entire little sketchbook I made, just in case I spill coffee on it. But I think I'm kind of done for today. What is wrong now, iTunes? All these things constantly needing your attention. Alright, close. That's it. So yes, I think I'm done for today. I think all in all, I've spent probably about a good 3 hours actually drawing, and 2 hours messing about in iMovie. So that seems to be the ratio. You guys, I will see you tomorrow. I'll have to get up early, and I'll have to get my 2 hours in. Because Friday is going to be a long day. Saturday is going to be double. So yeah.